to meet everyone. My name's Dave. Thank you. It was so nice. Alicia was my poetry tutor in JMU when I was 19. I was a bit of a tyrant. But I was also very studious. And I think, yeah, thank you, Alicia, for bringing me here today. She really looked after me. So yeah, I'll read you some poems. I'm on the way to, you've literally caught me on the way to the airport because I live in Greece doing massage because I just couldn't be bothered teaching anymore. And yeah, now I'm a manual labourer, and that is fine by me. And yeah, so I look like I'm going to Greece. And I was really unprepared, didn't print anything off, so I had to print stuff off back there, so thank you for printing whatever you've printed off for me. I'll read a poem, because I've got 10 minutes, called Attention Code. What's it about? The things kids do for attention, yeah, when they don't know how to say anything else. I was 10 when I learned I could hold my breath long enough to make the adults come running. At the traffic lights after school, I tensed until my face screeched with blood and stars. I shattered 2 teeth on the concrete, was made a fuss of. It wasn't enough to ask for love. I needed panic. It was a language, it was a formula that I understood. Harm yourself, love will follow. My tiny face, one morning, found suspended in the coat rack, looking for attention. The cord from Dad's dressing gown in a double knot round my neck. His little balloon. Once, I whirled into a moving car, and screams punctured the sky. The seagulls yodeled, and I swayed on the tarmac. Whatever was swelling inside me did not want to be held. It wanted to pop. Poem, good, done. Right, and I'm dying to read this poem, so I'm going to read it. It's a very salacious poem about a cowboy that I met in New York. And I was 19, and I had no money, and I was living in Brooklyn, sharing a single bed with someone. So I was out every night, obviously, being gay and 19. Cowboy. I'm not sure anyone noticed my cheek crushed against the fogged window of his watermelon Mustang. Suits charging through the Lower West Side in the young morning. I didn't care. I was on cowboy time. And brazen. Sliding down the lap of a real cowboy. Stiff cowboy boot jammed against the seat. Scuffed cowboy hat frisbeed over the wheel. Veiny, calloused cowboy hand kneading the sugared dough of my butt as I rode into the rising sun. This guy thinks he lassoed me with his whiskey-spangled eye and whole-grain American smile. I might play yellow, but I've been toying with red longer than I let on. Been waiting all my life for someone to find me here, alone, swishing my tail on a stool at the Stonewall Inn. In hindsight, there was nothing romantic about him shoving my forehead into the headrest of his old banger, but I was begging to be broken in, and by broken, of course, I mean held. Snoozing on his thigh in our shimmering oasis, I forgot every bad that ever happened, every cruel owner, every long night through the desert. I was finally a good steed for a nasty cowboy. Don't preach at me, green lady. I trot through those swinging doors with glee. I followed his bright whistle through the dark because I wanted to. I chose this saddle. I tied this knot. She lowered her torch as we pissed over the edge of the Hudson. this is really living, I thought. I really am a wild pony, I thought. I really am alive. It's so stupid. I love it. It's so funny. Okay. The next poem. How long do I have? I hate things like this.
I don't know how much longer.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna read a poem called. Right. You can either have a poem that's a love poem about climbing in like a climbing wall, or you can have a poem called Trojan, which is not what you think it is. I think I've already done a sexy one, so I won't do a sexy one. It's not really sexy, it's kind of grotesque. Oh, no, I will. Sorry. No, I will. I'm sorry I've said it now. Trojan. This was also in New York. The second time I went back, and I was a different person, and I was very independent, and I went to this, what you'll hear. Trojan, the nickel-haired twink, on all fours on the table, squeezes my hand. I search his face for some wisdom in allowing a stranger to pry you gently apart. A fluorescent light froths on the wall, drooling lilac across his back. His eyes are planets revolving far away. I don't know if I ever want to understand how it feels to be entered so completely, to surrender absolutely, to have a hand inside me. God bless the few who do. They are the wooden horse Odysseus hid soldiers in to deceive the Trojans, to end a war, to fight and die for a beautiful woman. The sound is not revolting. A farmer churning milk into cream, then butter. The man behind is tending his garden, turning the soil. In spring, there'll be tulips, bluebells, bees. In the absence of nuance, you might feel repulsed. You might call them sick. And it's your freedom in this life to do so. They don't pretend to know they're not. Come on, kneel where I kneel, on this greasy floor in Brooklyn. Behold a vulnerable creature galloping through a brutal world, unsaddled towards you. Call them closer. Call them brave. Good. Shall I read one more and then be done? Have I got enough time? I do? Okay. Okay. Thank you for listening, by the way. This is really special. I don't really do poetry stuff much anymore, so it's nice to be reminded who I am. Scar. On my knuckle, white crescent, a comma, to remind me to pause before splitting the shower panel with my fist. Clean lines on the scroll of my wrist, so I might reconsider before etching the actual word evil over an innocent rib. I really believed it, sincerely felt I deserved the harm I was causing. But I'm careful now. I'm grown up. So much of it to do with pleasure. If my body's a church, bombed out, my nipples are the last two tea lights flickering in the prayer box. Slide a finger over the pointed flame. See a crucifix crumbling in clouds of debris. Pleasure has become my psalm to the body for still holding me, talking to me, after I turned on it so savagely. When the tooth throbbed, it was you, careening in shock to protect me. To call a dentist, when I was stabbed, it was you. And I laughed in the ambulance, flirting with the paramedics, while you thickened blood to clot my wounds. When the boys, my dad, my mum, when they all left, returned from. You who ferried me safely in my sad canoe. I talk, and so much good can be done with touch. And since all we have today is talk, try and put my actual voice inside you. Feel my sorry. Slowly, softly. I'm done.